Welcome to the worst gig of my life. I'm Joe Lucas and I chat with musicians, bands and comedians to hear the real, uncensored stories of the worst gigs they've ever played. An addendum before I get into it, I make some very rude comments towards sound techs in this episode. I apologise to all sound techs who are out there listening, except Nathan Laurent, with whom my criticism was solely aimed at. Anyway, this week's guest is Washed Up Wizards. I was very excited for this episode because it's the first time we've had a full band playing in the studio. The results are pretty tasty. We'd like to thank our caterers, Devour It Catering, who provide award-winning pies for all of our guests. Enjoy the show and sorry for the bad language.
Been pretty lucky really as a band. I haven't really had too many gone too pear-shaped.
Yeah, well, like we did talk about it, we're like, what was? There's probably like one where like it was just a shit show from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Like
Get it.
So it was this gig in Footscray, and this particular venue, like it's just a shambles. It's always a shambles. I've gigged there before with other groups, and it's just always a shambles. But that's why we love it.
Yeah.
And the like this particular night, like the second support had pulled out, so it was just a 2-band bill. And then I blew up the bass amp and the Sandy was in the smokers. So it was like, woo! Oh yeah.
I think we were standing there for probably like 15 minutes. And I think I even like went up at one point and started to do my own sound. I'm like, where is this guy?
Vocals,
When you say you blew it up, like, do you mean literally just for the non-musos that are listening out there?
Oh, just
not like a cartoon. Not like a cartoon.
Like dirty, like must have been like dirty power or something, and it just couldn't handle it. Just couldn't handle me.
Oh, shit.
Just stopped. Basically, just stopped working.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
just got nothing out of it after. And I think we ended up like, because I think like Mate of a Mate, being Melbourne, like music scene, Mate of a Mate was playing like down the road and just finished one of their sets or something.
So used his amp.
I think we used his
It's
amp. I
fucking
can't
handy.
remember. Was that gig or did we DI then?
We DI'd, I think.
Oh, was it DI?
Another one
Yeah,
we did
anyway.
have to do that.
Yeah, we've had a few little things where like
He's the problem.
Yeah.
Bass player.
No, it sounds like the sound tech's fault. It's always a fucking sound tech.
Can't blame them.
God damn it.
They're living life.
It's always nice being able to blame someone else. It's
Yeah.
faulty equipment. I'm good. It's just this fucking amp.
It's when everyone wants to blame themselves. They can't see it in themselves.
No.
Just blaming other people. It's internal, man.
Ah, shit.
liberal government.
Yeah, exactly.
What about any gigs that you've had like outside of Washed Up Wizards? Have there been any like individual standouts that any of you boys can picture?
Not for me. I'm from a small country town that's probably...
No, you Zane, you kill it. I know that you're good, but the
Yeah.
rest of these boys,
no, not even
so
in that
sure.
sense. This is like my first musical
Yeah.
proper band. I'm like, yeah, these guys are pretty cool. I actually want to continue doing a band with these fellas, but yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What
It's fucking wholesome.
about you boys?
Right.
Oh, I've had some pretty atrocious ones.
Yes.
I used to do like my own solo stuff, like just sing an acoustic guitar, and it was definitely me like learning what is live music.
Yeah.
I was like,
What sort of things?
just like I wouldn't know. Like I'd have an acoustic guitar, and so you DI that, and there's just so many feedback problems that you can have just if you don't know how to use your equipment, you know, like.
Yeah.
And then just I was a bad performer. You know, I don't
I'm
know
sure
why.
you're great.
I don't know
Nothing's
why my
changed.
friends.
Oh, kidding.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why my friends supported me on that, but you know, good on them.
Surely you've had some bad ones, Nelson. You've had some pretty funny stories.
I don't know. I can't remember. I was going to say, back in the day, I was in a band.
Fest.
Yeah. I was in a band, Footy Shark with a couple of mates.
Yeah.
And this is down, you know where Aries Inlet is?
Yeah.
Coastway.
Yeah.
Down there. And we just, at the pub there, we just decided we'd run this like fest, like, you know, event in the evening. And I didn't actually really know him at the time, but he played in a band earlier.
Yeah.
And then we like headlined it, and it was just like, I reckon, close to 100 just underage kids. We're all like 15, 16 at the time, all at the pub with people like stealing like slabs of beers. Some guy like was crowd surfing, he like grabbed onto the fan and like bent
down the propeller.
Yeah. And that was, and then we just got banned.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It was sick, but then we couldn't play there again. So it was, and there's not many other spots you can go, so it kind of restricts you.
You're blacklisted in that community. You got big posters up
One
around
local
town.
pub and blacklisted from it. Pretty solid.
All right, beautiful boys. Well, have you got any advice for some up and coming musicians that have had a worst gig or have had some bad experiences?
Just shake it off.
Yeah.
You know, be as pleasant as possible. Don't get mad, because like the music, you know, all the people, like the soundies, the venue stuff, like it's a small community. And if you piss them off, you've kind of written yourself off.
Except for soundies, they're scum.
Some soundies are nice.
We had the best one at the old bar.
Yeah, we actually
definitely.
did
Yeah,
have a
like-
really good sound guy at the
Yeah.
old bar
Was
last
that
gig.
last week, the one where
Yeah,
I saw you
I think
boys?
his name was Matt. was
Matt,
it?
yeah, it's Matt.
Good bloke.
He was really good.
Great bloke.
We often have gigs that are just don't really go that paired shape, but like you'll sound like really nice at the front at the start, and then you'll just disappear more and more throughout the show, and you just end up not being able to hear anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like one sound and nothing too particular, or you know,
Yeah.
Well, that gig at Ramps where all three bands had this sort of feedback through the whole set.
yeah,
It's like a whole night
Yeah.
of
Yeah. One little sound in your ear the whole time.
Or the Death or Glory, just the room. It's just
Oh.
it's got this like
Which one was that?
triangle shaped room.
that
Oh.
was Rick one.
And
And the sound he was saying he was telling us to change our
yeah.
tones.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
He was full telling the
Yeah,
these
he was
guys,
like
hey,
shaping the sound of our. I think we had our own amps that gig, and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, yeah, no, you need to turn your treble down just for this room and stuff." We're like, oh, okay,
How dare you?
yeah,
slow your game. No.
That was pretty good.
yeah,
No, beautiful. That was wholesome advice as well, actually. The last 2 weeks have been very wholesome. All the guests that have come on have been very pessimistic about their advice.
Yeah.
One of them said, don't do it, don't play. One said, give up. One said, it gets worse. So
Yeah.
I would
bucking
say
the trend with
opposite.
some wholesomeness here, guys. I like
I'd be
it.
the
That's what band's
opposite.
for.
I'd just say go for it.
Yeah, absolutely go for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless
Like
you want to
it-
make money. And,
Yeah, nah.
you definitely got to love it. Like, and you can tell, like, I don't know, some of the groups we've played with, they're assholes. Because, like, they just want to do it for money. They think their shit don't smell, but, mate, we're all going to be dirt.
It's true.
So,
Yeah.
It is true, literally.
More worms food in the
yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, just do it because you love it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you love something, hopefully it'll love you back.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're enjoying doing it and you're actually having fun and it's what you want to do, then it doesn't matter if you make
Exactly.
money.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's probably
That's it.
why we're still doing it. It's
Yeah.
how we started. We were
Yeah.
a very last minute support act for another case of a band pulling out on that night.
Yeah.
And I think we had maybe 2 songs and we had to like scrap together like a half-hour set. We
Two
just
songs.
booked a
Yeah, we
like
wrote
They were
ditch,
long songs. though.
yeah,
Full
ditched
road
like
line.
our uni classes that we had that day and got into the studio and just wrote like another like 4 or 5. Oh no, it wasn't that many. It's probably like
It was like
another 2 songs.
Really
Yeah.
long.
Really
Stretch
long,
them out.
yeah, jammy
8-minute
songs
bridges
that-
each.
Just checking the phone like midway through the
Yeah.
song, like how much longer do we got? Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone gets a solo. Yeah.
Is that with the dough buses?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've definitely got to, next time we see Matt, we've got to give him a big hug.
Yeah.
Big group hug.
It's a big bear hug.
Yeah.
He needs it. He's such a huggable bloke.
Yeah. Beautiful, boys. I like it. Anything you want to finish up on?
Nah. Just thanks for having us.
Lovely. Thanks for coming on. I always enjoy the stories. Love seeing good local acts out. And hope you come on again in a couple of years' time when you've played some really, really bad gigs and
Yeah.
tell
I'm
some more
sure there'll be
stories.
many more.
We'll see you boys at Beyond the Valley.
Yeah.
All right. Washed Up Wizards. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And that's it. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or whichever podcast platform you're listening from. The theme song for The Worst Gig of My Life was produced by Nathan Laurent. The interview and live set was recorded and mixed by Nathan Laurent. See you next week with Mojo Pin. Bye.